Welcome to Timeless Stories, where every moment holds a lesson. Imagine being in a classy restaurant when an unexpected confrontation unfolds over something as simple as a glass of water. Picture a calm stranger, seemingly unbothered by snide remarks, whose quiet dignity soon transforms a tense evening into a powerful lesson in respect. Hey, where are you watching from? If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to Timeless Stories for more transformative tales. Now let's dive in. On a mild Friday evening in Metro City, Celestial Grace, an upscale dining establishment renowned for its sophisticated ambiance and impeccable service, sparkled under the glow of soft golden lights. Each table was dressed in pristine white linens, adorned with flickering candles and crystal glasses that shimmered like stars. Amid the soft clinks of cutlery and murmurs of conversation, a man entered quietly through the front doors. Dressed in a slightly rumpled white shirt and a pair of well-worn jeans, his hair casually tousled, he carried an air of unassuming calm that contrasted sharply with the usual parade of tailored suits and haute couture attire. This was Keanu Reeves, yet no one in the room would have guessed it from his modest appearance. As he stepped up to the hostess stand, a woman with sharp features in her early 30s, Alex, the evening's hostess, offered him a smile that faltered the moment she noticed his plain attire. Though her uniform was immaculate and her posture stiff with the confidence expected of Celestial Grace's staff, a brief flash of skepticism crossed her face. "Good evening," Keanu said in a deep, steady voice. "I'd like a table for one, please." Alex's lips pressed into a tight smile as she replied, "Of course, sir." Though her tone was polite, the hint of judgment in her eyes was unmistakable as she glanced at his scuffed leather shoes. With a crisp nod, she consulted a leather-bound seating chart before guiding him past the prime tables bathed in warm light. Instead, she led him to a secluded corner near the bustling kitchen, hardly the spot reserved for Celestial Grace's esteemed clientele. "Here you go," she said, setting a menu on the table with more force than necessary. The sounds of clattering dishes and the inviting aroma of freshly prepared food mingled with the quiet luxury of the dining area. Keanu, unfazed by the surroundings or Alex's dismissive manner, simply smiled and murmured, "Thank you." At a nearby table, a silver-haired gentleman named Dylan leaned toward his partner, Taylor, whispering, "Is that Alex again? Always so condescending." Taylor sighed softly, shaking her head. "It's a shame. He seems perfectly polite, though." Their quiet observations were soon joined by murmurs from other diners, their curiosity piqued by the contrast between Keanu's calm demeanor and the subtle hostility from the hostess. Meanwhile, Alex, still visibly perturbed by Keanu's lack of reaction, returned to his table. With a forced smile, she placed a glass of water before him. The water, chilled to perfection, clinked against the glass as she set it down a bit too firmly. "Your meal will be out shortly," she said, her voice dripping with a veneer of forced cheerfulness. "If you need any help with the menu, do let me know. Some of our dishes can be overwhelming for first-time guests." Keanu looked up, his steady gaze kind yet unyielding. "I'll be fine, thank you," he replied before returning his attention to the menu. Unbeknownst to him, his calmness only intensified the scrutiny around him. Dylan, with a knowing smile, leaned toward Taylor and remarked, "There's something about his composure, as if he's in control of the entire room." Taylor simply nodded, her eyes sparkling with quiet admiration. Not far off, Chris, a younger staff member with an earnest expression, watched the exchange with concern. "Do you think he even knows where he is?" Chris whispered to Alex, whose eyes flashed with irritation. "He doesn't belong here," Alex muttered under her breath, dismissing him as just another diner unworthy of Celestial Grace's refined setting. As the minutes ticked by, the tension in the restaurant grew palpable. Keanu, however, remained undisturbed, casually scanning the elegant interior as if he were simply enjoying a quiet dinner at home. Alex's attempts to provoke a reaction fell flat. Her every move, designed to unsettle him, only underscored his serene composure. Finally, the moment arrived. Alex reappeared, this time with a basket of freshly baked bread, setting it before him with an exaggerated flourish. "Here you are," she said, her tone saccharine. "This should hold you over until your steak arrives." Keanu's response was a polite, almost imperceptible nod. Yet Alex couldn't resist a final barb. Our signature dish is the premium steak, one of our most exclusive offerings. Are you sure you want to order it? Keanu's eyes met hers steadily. I'd like the steak, medium rare, he said simply. I'm looking forward to trying it. His voice was calm, his choice deliberate, and Alex's smirk faltered for just a moment. At this point, the whispers around the restaurant grew louder. Dylan and Taylor exchanged looks, while Chris and a few other staff members observed the unfolding drama with a mix of disbelief and intrigue. The dining room's initial buzz of casual conversation was replaced by a heavy, expectant silence, as every eye turned toward the quiet diner in the corner. Then, as if on cue, a tall, poised figure emerged from behind the kitchen doors. Morgan, the restaurant's manager, with an air of dignified authority, strode confidently toward Keanu's table. Her polished appearance and warm smile commanded immediate attention. "Mr. Reeves, it's an honor to have you with us tonight," Morgan said, her tone both respectful and sincere. In that instant, the whispers transformed into stunned murmurs. Keanu's unassuming presence was revealed for what it truly was: the presence of the renowned actor, philanthropist, and global icon. The revelation rippled through the restaurant. Even Alex, who had been so certain of her judgments, suddenly felt the weight of her own assumptions. Morgan continued, "We wish you a delightful evening, and please let us know if there is anything you need." Keanu's smile deepened, his calm demeanor never wavering. "Thank you, Morgan. Everything is perfect," he replied, his voice carrying the gentle authority of someone accustomed to both adoration and scrutiny. Dylan, now clearly impressed, leaned over to Taylor and whispered, "That's when everything changes. His quiet strength. It's a lesson for us all." Taylor nodded, her eyes soft with reflection. Alex's earlier confidence crumbled as she stood frozen behind the hostess stand. The quiet elegance of Keanu's presence, unmarred by her dismissive treatment, cast a long shadow over her earlier behavior. The restaurant's ambiance shifted perceptibly, from one of exclusive pretense to a shared space of introspection and learning. Over the next few minutes, the energy in celestial grace transformed. Diners who had been mere spectators now engaged in soft conversations about respect, humility, and the value of kindness. Even Chris, who had earlier defended Alex's harsh approach, began to express regret for not intervening sooner. As Keanu methodically cut into his steak with precision and savor, Morgan discreetly approached Alex. "Alex, could you come with me for a moment?" she said quietly, her tone firm but not unkind. With her back turned, Alex's face flushed with the realization of her misjudgment. Morgan's words were gentle yet unwavering. "At Celestial Grace, every guest deserves to be treated with respect. It doesn't matter who they are or how they appear. Our service reflects our values." In the hushed aftermath of Morgan's admonition, the diners exchanged thoughtful glances. Dylan commented softly to Taylor, "It's a reminder that kindness is the true mark of class, not the money you spend or the clothes you wear." Taylor smiled, her eyes lingering on Keanu, who continued his meal with a serene dignity that spoke louder than any reprimand. As the evening progressed, Keanu's quiet resilience became a beacon of humility. When he finally finished his steak, he gently dabbed his mouth with a napkin, then stood and addressed the room. "Before I leave tonight," he began, his voice calm yet resonant, "I want to share a few words." A hush fell over Celestial Grace as all eyes turned toward him. "I came here for a quiet dinner, not expecting to become the center of attention," Keanu said. "Yet what has transpired here isn't about me. It's about all of us. It's about the respect we owe one another, regardless of appearances or circumstances. True dignity isn't measured by how we look or what we wear, but by how we treat one another." His words, simple yet profound, struck a chord in every heart present. He continued, "In this world, it's too easy to judge others by superficial standards. But when we do, we lose the chance to connect, to learn, and to grow. I hope tonight reminds each of you that every person deserves kindness. Let's strive to see beyond the surface and embrace the humanity in everyone we meet." A slow, heartfelt applause began to ripple through the dining room. Dylan and Taylor clapped warmly, and even Chris looked on with remorseful understanding. For many, Keanu's quiet declaration was a turning point, a call to shed biases and offer genuine respect. As the applause subsided, Keanu returned to his seat, resuming his meal with the same composed grace he had maintained all evening. In that moment, Alex, still standing by the hostess stand with her head bowed in regret, felt a stirring of hope amid the shame. Morgan placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We all make mistakes, Alex. What matters is that we learn and grow from them." Her words, filled with compassion and resolve, offered a lifeline, a chance for redemption. By the close of the night, the once exclusive atmosphere of celestial grace had given way to a space of shared reflection and collective understanding. Diners left not only with satisfied appetites, but with hearts a little lighter and minds richer with the lesson of humility and respect. As the lights dimmed and the last of the guests departed, Keanu stepped out into the cool Metro City night. The city's twinkling skyline mirrored the soft glow of hope that had been kindled within the restaurant. In quiet contemplation, he noted that true strength lies not in grand gestures, but in the simple act of treating others with dignity, even in moments of tension or misunderstanding. Before parting ways, Keanu looked back at Celestial Grace one final time. "Remember," he said softly to himself, "kindness costs nothing, yet its impact is priceless." With that, he walked away, leaving behind an evening that would be remembered not for its conflict, but for its transformative message. If this story moved you, take a moment to reflect on the power of kindness in your own life. When you encounter someone who challenges your assumptions, let this be a reminder to listen, to understand, and to treat them with respect. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you believe in the beauty of second chances, like and subscribe to Timeless Stories. Let's spread a little more kindness today, one story, one gesture at a time. Thank you for joining us on this journey of transformation and hope. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to grow, and every act of respect is a step toward a better world. Stay inspired and see you in the next story.